Welcome back. Okay, so number 4 for part B, it says an annuity with a yearly payment of $200 earns 8% compounded annually for 3 years. Now I had to add that, and we added that during the test. So it's for 3 years. And we also added during the test that it was an ordinary annuity, which means that all payments are made at the end of the time period. So this is at the end of each year. So very simply, I wanted you to draw me the annuity. So we're going to have some time that we'll consider now, then we'll have some time that we'll consider 1 year from now, and then we'll consider some time that we'll consider it 2 years from now, and then we'll consider it 3 years from now. Now the whole idea of this annuity is that we're going to be depositing money into it at the end of each year. So that represents the $200 that's getting deposited at the end of each year. Now we also know that we've got some interest. We've got 8% happening here. So you've got 8% interest happening over this year, 8% happening over this year. There's an 8% happening here, but remember it's an ordinary annuity as we discussed during the test, which means that this is not going to have any money in it. Ordinary annuities have the money deposited at the end of the time frame. So what happens is this $200 gets to be in the bank the longest. And that $200 is going to go and it's going to get some interest. It's going to be $200 and it's going to be times 1.08 once and twice. So it's going to get the benefit of compound interest over 2 periods. This one's going to be in the bank only for 1 year. So it's only going to get 200, 1 plus 0.8 to the 1. And this one is not going to be in the bank very long at all. In fact, as soon as it gets put into the bank, it gets taken out. So it's not going to earn any interest. If you want, I can put a little 0 up here, in which case it'll be 200 to the 0, 1.08 to the 0, which is just 1. Or we can just say to ourselves, no interest is going to be applied. So this is going to be the amount that's in the account. The amount that's in the account is going to be all of these values. So it's going to be 200 plus 200, 1.08 to the 1, plus 200, 1.08 to the 2. So that'll be 200 plus 200 times 1.08 is 216 plus 1.08 exponent 2 equals times 200, 233.28. So the total amount is going to be plus 216 plus 200, $649.28. And that's how you would draw this annuity. So the next question asks, using a formula, what's the total amount? Now these formulas I gave you for this test, so I'm going to look behind me and see if I have one that I can use, much like yours. And it looks like I do. Let me pull it out. There we go. So the annuity that we're going to use here is this one. It's the amount of an annuity because it's all the money being put in. We're coming up to an amount of it. So it's A equals R, the regular payment, 1 plus I to the n minus 1 over I. Now, R is your $200 payment. I is your 8%. And it's compounded annually, so I don't have to do anything with that. It'll just become 0.08. N is the total number of compounding periods. Total number of compounding periods is 3, because there's 3 years. Notice this is a compounding period. It's just that there was no money put in at that point. But it still is definitely a compounding period, so we'll change that to a 3. So we're going to get the amount is 200, bracket 1.08 to the 3 minus 1, all over top of 0.08. Let's get out our calculator. Calculator usage is very important. 1.08 to the third, take away 1 equals. That's the top part. I'm going to divide it by 0.08. That's the entire thing. I'm going to times that by 200. And lo and behold, we end up with the exact same value. So I allotted 4 marks for each. That's how you do them. We'll come back with the next video.